Hey ID427, this is Kathy, and I'm here to help you with Chapter 6. We're going to go ahead and start with your end product from Chapter 4, your hotel suite, and it's going to be just this outer walls. What we're going to start with, this first video, is going to take that and go into drawing the bathroom area here. So I have a copy of it so I can refer to the measurements, but you're going to be referring to your textbook and make sure that what I'm talking about makes sense to you as far as what your textbook is showing. It should look similar to what you see on your screen right now. The most important part to note about this is that we have a 12-foot 5.5 distance between the inside wall on the right hand side to where the bathroom wall begins. The bathroom walls are 6 inches unless otherwise noted, so this little area down here is going to be a little bit deeper. That's where your plumbing is going to go. And then next to this wall, we have 8 foot 5 inches clearance inside the bathroom. So from this wall to this wall is 8 foot 5 inches. And then the wall on the outer side is 6 inches. So in order to lay out that those spaces, we're going to use the construction line offset command. So I'm going to start with, you're going to open up your Chapter 4 drawing. You're going to have this part showing, and we're going to do some construction line offsets from here over a couple of different times. So go ahead and go to your Draw, Pull Down tab, and we're going to select the construction line. We want to select Offset, and our first distance is going to be this distance right here, 12 foot 5.5. Okay, so I'm going to type that in for a distance through. So 12 foot 5-1/2, enter. Then I'm going to select this inside wall and drag my mouse, my cursor, over to the left, click once, and now you can see that it's lined up with this wall here. I want to repeat that offset command, so because I have my right click set up on my mouse, if you haven't done that, go ahead and go to your options and select customization and make sure you have the time sensitive right click selected, checked. So we're going to right click once more to repeat the command. Go ahead and click on offset just to make sure you're still in the offset, and this time we're going to type in 6, enter. Select the original line that was offset and then drag your cursor to the left, left click once, and now you have your wall. By the way, whenever I say right click, I'm right clicking. Whenever I say just click, that means that I'm clicking the left click button. Normally that would be the normal way that you select things in the world. So right click is right, and if I just say click, then I mean left click, just to clarify. All right, so now we're going to right click again to repeat the command. Right click one more time until you see X-line command showing. Click on offset, and this time, let's zoom in here real quick. We want 8 foot 5 inches because we want to offset this line over to this side. Back to our regular drawing here. So I'm in the offset command. It thinks that I want to do 6 inches because that was the last offset number I put in, but I'm going to change that to 8 foot 5 inches. So just type in 8 foot 5, enter, because we don't have to put inches in, remember. Enter. Select the line that we want to offset, which is this inside wall line. Click. Drag your cursor over to the left, right click. Well, that didn't work. Let me try it one more time. Start with the draw command. I'm sorry, the draw pull down menu. Select the construction line command. Offset 8 foot 5 inches. If it doesn't say that already, go ahead and type it in. 8 foot 5, enter. Select the line of the wall. Click. Drag your cursor over. Click again. So the mistake I made was to say right click. We're going to do this one more time. So right click to enter. Right click to repeat the command. It thinks we're in offset, but I'm going to go ahead and click it anyway just to be sure. 6 inches is the distance. 6, enter. Select the line, click. Drag your cursor over to the left, click one more time. So now we have the construction lines drawn for the two sides of the bathroom, the right-hand side and the left-hand side walls. Okay, so the next construction lines we're going to create are going to be going from the bottom up. And let's just take a look at some numbers here. So this wall happens to be 6 foot 1 1/4 up from the bottom wall. This wall is 4 foot 9 1/4 up from the bottom wall. But first, we have to set this line C in the correct location. In your text, it's called line C. And we need to note that this is 4 3/4 inches above this line here. So let's create this C line first, then we'll start doing our offsets. Okay, so I've moved up to look at our plan here, and we want to offset this line up 4 3/4. Go to your Draw pull-down menu, Construction Line, Offset, and let's type in that distance, 4 3/4 inch, enter. Select the line, right-click, drag your cursor up. I'm sorry, that was a left click. Select the line, click, drag your cursor up, and then click again. So now we have this line in the correct location. We can measure it to make sure. Go over to your measure, make sure you have distance selected, and then select this line and go all the way down to this 4 3/4, and then if you wanted to measure the total distance, it's 10 3/4. So we have the correct offset there. Escape to get out of your measure command, and let's go ahead and do some trimming just to make this look nice and cleaned up. So we're going to go up here to the trim command, place the selection box around all of these lines here. So click once here, drag your cursor down. Remember, you're letting go of your mouse. You're not holding down the mouse. Click once, click again. So now these are all selected, and I'm going to enter. So right click, and then I want to get rid of the lines that I don't need. So this takes a little bit of thought. So I'm just clicking away the lines that I don't need. And I do not need these either. So I'm going to go ahead and select all of these. Oh, now that I've trimmed them, they won't select. And so if you have that happen, it means that there's no cutting edge anymore. And so you go to the erase command and you select your lines and you go ahead and erase them. So enter. I need one more thing trimmed here. So trim command, again, place a box around it, right click, trim that line off, right click to enter. And now this bathroom wall is in the correct location. So now we can use this to offset all of the different lines going to the upper side. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is offset this line, and according to our measurements here, 6 1/4 inch gets us to this wall here. 4 foot 9 1/4 gets us to this wall. So we'll do those first, and those are both 6 inches thick. So again, draw a pull-down menu, construction line, offset, and our first distance is going to be 6 foot 1 1/4. So we type in 6 with the foot sign, 1 1/4, enter. Select this inside wall, click, drag your cursor up, click again. We're going to repeat that command to make the wall 6 inches thick. So right click to enter, right click to repeat the command, type in 6, enter. Oops, I did that wrong, escape. Let's try it one more time. Draw, pull down menu, construction line, offset, The distance is 6 inches, so 6, enter. Select this line, drag your cursor up, and click again. So now we have that upper wall in place. We're going to put that lower wall in place, and then we'll do some trimming again. Draw construction line, offset, and our distance this time is 4 foot 9 1/4. So type in 4 foot 9 1/4. Enter. Select this bottom line, click, drag your cursor up, click again. So the line that we just created is this bottom line here. That's this one, and now I need to go up 6 inches to get to this line. So we're going to repeat the construction line command, offset 6 inches, select this line, drag your cursor up, and click again. So now we have construction lines for both of those different walls. Next thing we want to do is offset this inside line 2 foot 1 3/4. And what we're trying to do is create this door opening here. So this line needs to be offset 2 foot 1 3/4. There's the distance, right? So again, construction line offset, or we can offset this line that we already have, this interior line. So let's try a regular offset for this one. Hit escape if you're in any kind of a command. Click on offset, and the offset is 2 foot 1 3/4. So we type in 2 foot 1 3/4, enter. Select this inside line, drag it to the right, and click. So we have a lot of construction lines going on here, so you don't want to get confused. This is the lower wall. We don't care about that right now. We're trying to make the upper wall and the door opening for the upper wall. We also know that the door opening is 3 feet, so I'm going to go ahead and offset to get this line as well. This is a little off from what your book is telling you to do at this moment, but I find it easier to sometimes do things a little bit different order than what the book says. So again, regular offset command. So we're in the offset. I want to repeat the command. So right click. The distance through is going to be 3 feet. I can actually click on through, click on that line, drag my cursor over, type in 3 feet, and hit enter. So that's another way to do the offset command. So now I have this wall with a door opening here. I can do some trimming just to clean this up a bit. So go to the trim command. I'm going to put my selection box just around this area here. So click in the upper corner, let go of your cursor. I'm sorry, let go of your mouse, and then click again. Now I can trim, I can enter, and then I can start to trim away these lines that I do not need. Let's clean up this side of it as well. So trim, selection box, right click for enter, and then we're going to trim away these lines that we don't need. So now we have the door opening, and we have a few other things that we need to do here. Okay, so let's set this wall here in motion. I guess it's just this one here, and it does line up all the way to the top. So let's just consider this one single wall that we're going to do, and we're going to offset this wall 3 feet. So let's look at this carefully. 3 feet goes from this wall to the outside of this wall, or the inside if you want to consider the bathroom. So from here to here, 3 feet. So let's do an offset. Again, offset command. Distance through is going to be 3 feet. Enter. And we want to select this. Make sure I'm selecting the right wall. This inside wall. Drag to the right and click. So now we've just set up the outer side of this wall, and we're going to offset it 6 inches again. Right click to repeat the command twice, this time 6 inches. Select this line, go to the right. And our next step is to do some trimming. So we know that we want to keep these walls, which is here and here, and we want to get rid of this little piece here and all these other pieces. So let's click on trim and do a selection box around all of this. Enter, and we're going to start getting rid of lines that we don't need. Take a look at this. Okay, so we don't need this. Just going to get rid of all of those. And then I'm going to use the erase tool. Erase those. And then I'm just going to trim some of these little lines here, but I'm going to leave this one going all the way through because I know that that wall is going to be part of the closet later. Trim again. And selection box. Enter. And trim away all these lines. So what we're looking for is this wall that goes up, jogs to the left, goes up a little bit more, and has a door opening. Enter. Okay, and I would leave it like this for now, and then I would go on to do the closet next. Just go ahead and leave this the way it is. There's one other 3-foot opening right here that goes into the actual sleeping room, and we'll do that in the next video when we work on the closet area. Thanks very much. Bye.